It's just so great to be here with you all. How's that to kick off this morning, y'all? Let's give it up one more time for Philly Girls Jump. And I want to shout out my beautiful family, right? I am just so inspired. I appreciate the introductions, but more, I just appreciate you all being there. My lovely daughters, Elise and Aubrey. Didn't they show out, y'all? Didn't they represent up here? And my wife, Dr. Artis Stevens. Erica, thank you. I am fortunate to have you by my side in every single step of the way. And I've said this over and over again. I may hold the title of national CEO, but we are co-CEOs in everything that we do. And I appreciate you for that. And Lisa and Aubrey, I continue to just be amazed and proud of the amazing young women that you are continuing to become. And we say it every morning. You continue to be smart, strong, kind, and authentically you. And I appreciate you showing up the way that you show up. Thank you. So, but let me say this, I just need to clear the air. They wear a Big Brothers Big Sisters t-shirt as much as I do, y'all. Don't let them fool y'all. And trust me, they wanted to get their hands on this varsity jacket. Let me tell you. I'm excited to welcome you to day 2 of National Conference. Like I said, I've said it many times before, and I'll say it again. This is more than a conference. It's a family reunion. I mean, think about this. How many of you are attending conference for the first time? Wow, look at this. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming and thank you for being here. Show of hands, how many of you have come to conference more than 5 years? More than 10 years? More than 15 years? More than 20 years? Wow, give it up for them. No matter how many conferences you've attended, I know each of you have traveled far and near to be here. And speaking of traveling far, let's hear it for Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Canada, who's in the house with us tonight. We got so much love for our friends from up north. Gio, where you guys at? There we go. Thank you, Canada. And I just got to shout out, and I say it all the time, I couldn't have a better national board supporting and partnering with this mission and being passionate. And I'm proud that so many of them are here in the room today, and you're going to see more come in throughout the way. But can I just ask them, and Mike, Carol, our chair, can you all just stand? All of the board members, national board members who are here right now. Thank you all. And trust me, you're going to see them all around conference as well. Now, what makes our conference so special are the people. So many of you who've put everything on hold just to be here. And I am so excited that we have more than 500 conference attendees who are joining us virtually, right? Not in this room, but all across the country. And they're going to engage in general sessions, they're engaged via chat. So let's make some noise for everybody that's virtual, that's watching us right now in this moment. Y'all be sure, so if you're watching virtually, put your hometown shout-outs in, emojis, comments, right? We want you to be just engaged and just as interactive as everyone here. And listen, I cannot start a keynote without giving a huge shout out and extra love to Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Independence. Wow. Listen, I am so proud of the great work that's happening in the city of brotherly love. What the team is doing here in Greater Philadelphia and Southern New Jersey is truly outstanding. Thank you for every single thing that you do and how you amplify our mission. And I can't stand on this stage without saying something about this remarkable leader who will be transitioning from his CEO role at the end of the year, Marcus Allen. Man, Marcus, stand up, brother. And let me tell you, my friend, don't sit yet. Let me tell you, you have the right name. Because like the Hall of Famer who bears your name, you are legendary, my friend. This mission, this movement is better because of you, and I appreciate your friendship. And know that this journey may be ending your role in CEO, but it doesn't end your role in advocating and empowering mentorship and young people and communities across this country. I am thankful for you, and this entire movement and mission is thankful for you. Thank you, my brother. All right, folks. So, maybe one of the most recognizable facts about this year's host city is that we are in the location of where our country was born, where that historic phrase, "we the people," first came to life. Those three words remind us that we're not isolated individuals, but we're a broader village, playing our role in the well-being of our communities and our country. We the people conveys this idea of promise, prosperity, and yet, when those words were written, not everyone had access to that inspiring vision. Not everyone was part of the people. And yet the commitment of so many people over time who built, who've worked hard, who fought for our country, it was all about that we could be part of this promise. See, to me, what makes this iconic phrase so special is the word "we." We is powerful because it speaks to the strength in our collective ability to determine our future. And much like our country's origin, Big Brothers Big Sisters mission was born out of the power of we. A big, a little, their families, our people, our community. And it's so fitting that our conference theme this year is the power of we. It is in our history, and it is in our present, and it will be in our future. Names that we know very well, like Ernest Coulter, who had this powerful idea 120 years ago. But let me tell you, it's also the names that you don't hear about and see all the time. It's Mrs. O'Keefe and Mrs. Parker, who were two of the first big sisters to serve girls in our programming. It was agencies throughout our history, like Big Sisters of Kansas City, one of the trailblazers in serving rural communities. Big Brothers, New York, one of the first BBBS programs to serve black and brown bigs and littles in our program. And right here in Philadelphia, where independence was on the forefront of engaging LGBTQ plus young people and communities in our programs. So many people in our mission who were the first to break barriers, to roll out the welcome mat to underrepresented communities over time and say, you belong here. And that's why our values of access, belonging, opportunity are essential in advancing our mission. And think about how this mission has grown. In 120 years, millions of matches made, 20 million alumni, a mission that's literally saved lives. Our littles, many who have been the first in their family to graduate, to break the cycle of poverty, to find their first job, to purchase a home, to give back to their community, and to form relationships with their bigs that have had the lasting impact of a lifetime. So we are and have always been bigger together. But being bigger together also means we face challenges together. Today, we live in a society that can often feel disconnected from this power of we. Now, at times, it affirms our best spirits as people. And sometimes, it leads to other emotions: animosity, fear, loneliness, conflict. It sends us searching in life for things that help us cope and that give us hope. I remember when I was a kid growing up, a mentor said to me that finding commonality in life can sometimes feel like searching for words in a puzzle. You have to look hard, but the words are there. Let me give you an example. I want you to look at the screen. Coming up is a word search puzzle. Now, I want you to take a moment and just study it. Like you do if you're on the plane and you're doing your word search puzzle, or right before you go to bed, or whatever you're doing. I want you to see how many words you can find. Just look at the puzzle real quick. Now, as you study it, I want you to play a quick game with me. If you are virtual, so all my virtual friends who are watching, I want you to put any words that you see, I want you to find those and put those in the chat box right now. And if you are in the room, let me hear anyone, someone, shout out a word you see on this puzzle. Future. Her is future. Keep it coming. Bring it. All right. By the way, I caught all that, y'all. Every word. Y'all look good at this, I have to say. Here's the truth. Here's the reality. We search for things in our daily lives much like we do in a word puzzle. We search for meaning, for clues that help us to connect the dots to our broader purpose. Just like this puzzle, some things will go sideways. Circumstances will go up and down. And at times, we'll feel like we're going backwards instead of forward. But the world we live in today, the world our kids are navigating today, demands that we become bigger than the challenges we face. The moment we're in requires that we meet clutter and confusion with clarity and courage. That we bring people from different places together to find common purpose together. That we take little moments in life and help kids see that even the smallest things can lead to the biggest outcomes. And very importantly, that we treat doubt, division, and distraction with the most inspiring antidote the world has ever known: the power of human connection. And who knows the power of human connection better than you? Let me tell y'all, you are curators of relationships. You cook up chemistry. You create friends from strangers. And you leave no young person alone. I want y'all to really think about this. You are a 120-year laboratory conducting one of the most profound social experiments our country has ever known. Consider this, that we take people who would have otherwise never met in life, strangers, who in many cases couldn't be more different from each other socioeconomically or culturally. And we strategically place them in a positive relationship that in many cases will last a lifetime and impact and transform both the young person and the adult. That is wild. I mean, really, that is like seriously wow. And if that wasn't enough, we also bring their families together. We create new blended families. Our bigs and littles end up in each other's weddings. They're at the hospital when the child is born. I've heard stories from many of you of generational bigs, 3, 4, 5 generations who all go on family reunions together. This thing is wow. Think about what you do. The matches we make are so powerful, our littles are 20% more likely to attend college. They're 15%. Yes, that takes applause. They earn 15% more across their careers. And here's the kicker. They nearly eliminate the economic gap between their more financially secure mentors. Here's the point, and this is a big one. Your roles are more than your titles. You aren't just a math specialist, an enrollment manager, a volunteer coordinator. Your resume is more than CEO or your position in program, marketing, fundraising, operations, you name it. You are one of the greatest catalysts for human connection in our country and in our world. Own it. Embrace it. Be it. Because today, I recognize we are at an inflection point, not only in our mission, but in our society. You read the headlines, you see social media, but who better than us, than we, to reignite connection in this world? And we start by being on the front lines of the most pivotal season in the human experience. Childhood. We know that not all childhoods are perfect, but the potential of a positive childhood for every kid is what we spent 120 years fighting for. We know how important childhood is. Yes, because of our work, but because we all lived it. We were those kids who searched for adventure. Y'all know what I mean. We were those kids who couldn't wait to go outside, in backyards, on fields, in streets, where we found connection to play and develop our never-ending desire to explore the unknown. We set the rules of the game and often disagreed when we played. Y'all know what I'm talking about? But we worked through our conflicts. And at the end of the day, we celebrated with a pitcher of red Kool-Aid, y'all. Oh, yeah. And by the way, it ain't cherry Kool-Aid, it ain't grape, it is red and purple. Let's get this straight. Back then, we could imagine everything. We could make anything out of nothing. Build forts, camp out, run on the beach, play in the pool, get dirty, make the house dirty, get in and out of trouble, then be ready to do it all over again the next day. Can y'all hear me on this? So today, I want to remind us of how we reignite connection for our kids, but also for ourselves through the joy of childhood. I want y'all to think back for a second to a joyful moment in your childhood, a fun experience, a lasting memory. And to even help you do it, we placed a little big box of childhood memories at the center of your table. Yeah, and you can take them with you too. You got Slinkies, you got Play-Doh, you got yo-yos, you got Rubik's Cubes, much more. All for you to become a kid again. So here's what I want you to do. I want you all to relax. I want you to let your imagination run free. And I want your memories to be the things that fuel you today. So, here's the deal. Maybe your childhood was filled with some of these moments. Maybe even some of the things that you're finding in the little big box. Or maybe, just maybe, they were influenced by an iconic TV show that you would wake up or maybe in the afternoon, watch that looks a little like this. Oh, wait, with a little bit of a Big Brothers, Big Sisters twist. Let's watch.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. I can go anywhere, friends to know and ways to grow, a reading rainbow. I can be anything. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. A reading rainbow.
We got any Reading Rainbow kids in the house? I know. What about Electric Company, Fraggle Rock, Sesame Street, Blue's Clues, Clifford the Big Red Dog? All right, and I'm about to hit up you real OGs in the house. Captain Kangaroo. Listen, whatever your childhood looked like is where we all begin our discovery of our identity, our connection to the world. And very few things did this more effectively than playing childhood games. Now, one of the most memorable games in my childhood was Uno, y'all. Do we have any Uno champions in the house? Yeah. Everyone likes to say they're Uno champion till you sit down at that table and we get going, right? There is nothing like holding that draw 4 card and waiting to pull it out on somebody at the very last minute. Uno, then out. Come on, y'all know this. Aubrey thinks she can beat me all the time, but she can't. When I was growing up, my big brother, Andre, was the king of Uno. I mean, the supreme king, y'all. As many of y'all know, I lost my brother during COVID. I remember how much Andre loved Uno. So much so that he would invite the neighborhood kids over to our house to play it on the regular. And he called it Andre's Uno Games. I know, not the most original title. Now, all the kids on our block wanted to be invited to this game, but Andre only selected a few fortunate 12 and 13-year-olds to play with him. But my parents gave him an ultimatum. The only way he could host the games at our house was if he allowed his 7-year-old little brother to watch. Yes, me. He rolled his eyes, of course, but he reluctantly let me in. Now, at every game, I would sit behind Andre while he was at this round table like you're sitting at with his friends. And he would be magical. And I would watch him, like shuffling the cards, shouting out the rules of the game, and then deal the cards out across the table. And then each game, I would be that kid right there behind his back, sitting over my big brother's shoulders as he played. Now, he would win more often than not, but then something special happened. He got on a winning streak. And I mean, it was a serious winning streak. This dude couldn't lose. And then he got superstitious. He didn't want to change anything. Where he sat, how he dealt, and even having his little brother sitting behind him. I remember one day he looked at me and he said, "You know what? You might just be my good luck charm." There was even times when he would show me his cards and let me choose the card he would play. And then one day, as Andre was shuffling, shouting out the rules, dealing the cards as he usually does, I noticed he was dealing a stack of cards right beside him and no one was in front of. He then turned around and said to me, "You're up, little bro. Come get in the game." In that moment, I felt special. I felt accepted. I felt big. Here was someone I idolized who gave me access, who told me I belonged and was good enough to be at the table, who gave me the opportunity to be part of the we he had created. For me, Uno became more than a game of having one card left in my hand. It became a moment of validation from the one person I needed it from in my life. Much like the access and the confidence my brother provided me, that's what you empower bigs and littles to do all the time. See, every time we create, empower, sustain a match, we're inviting our kids and our communities to get in the game. Let me tell y'all, when Xandra, a little from Northeast Indiana, when she experienced her first roller coaster, her first museum, her first amusement park, her first flight, because of her big Wanda, we invited Xandra to get in the game. When Tamari, a little from Greater Birmingham, when Tamari was exposed beyond his community to marathons, to symphonies, and told by his big Andrew he belonged wherever his passion takes him, he took that passion to becoming valedictorian, earning a 4-point GPA, and being accepted to over 30 colleges, $800,000 in scholarships. We invited Tamari to get in the game. When Renee, a single mom, cancer survivor, raising 2 sons, had done everything to create a safe and loving home, but still needed a little extra support. BBBS of Puget Sound matched her son with Xavier. I matched Xavier to his big JD. And since being matched, not only has she watched Xavier become more confident, but she's seen her family become more stable and connected. See, not only did we invite Xavier to get in the game, we invited Renee too. See, whether it's our littles, our bigs, our parents, our community, you help them to get in the game. Consider that when we launched the Bold Path to a Big Future 3 years ago, we had a clear objective: get more kids access to positive mentorship. The rules of the game were set, a formula for growth. The cards were dealt, increase the odds for impact, growth, and sustainability. And each card in our hand meant greater access and greater outcomes. A hub model that's meeting your needs and equips more agencies to get in the game. A volunteer roadmap that's accelerating enrollment to inspire volunteers to get in the game. A one-to-one plus approach that's empowering our staff to get communities who need us most. A groundbreaking economic research study inviting decision makers and community leaders to get in the game. And finally, a demand brand and mission that's getting more relevance and revenue for our network in the game. These are all powerful indicators of our work together. But how do we know that we're not only playing the game, how do we know that we're changing the game for kids and the communities that we serve? Well, we know because it looks like this. For a second year in a row, we've grown in making more matches, more than doubling the growth we saw from last year. I'm also proud to share that the largest volunteer growth we've seen over the last 2 years consists of our most in-demand volunteer, BIPOC men who have showed up and showed out for our mission. We are reversing big trends from the pandemic that saw us lose ground in schools. I can share that school-based mentorship enrollment has increased by 17% as we've seen renewed partnership growth with school systems and across the country. And guess what? Guess who's the fastest growing population of volunteers in our mission last year? high school bigs. That's right. Young people. If you don't hear me say anything else today, young people are leading the way in this mission. 14,000 young people raised their hand to mentor their young peers in middle school and elementary school. That is power. And here's my final card to play. 30,000 kids on our waiting list. That's been a headline in our mission for close to 2 decades, y'all. Maybe for some of y'all historians, maybe even more. Well, today, even with more kids in demand coming into our mission, I am proud to share that we have cut our waiting list by nearly a third, from 30,000 kids to 21,000 young people. And I will stand here and tell you that it's still not perfect, that there's still things for us to do, that there are still obstacles, challenges, barriers, things for us to navigate. There are things for us to build as a network, as a mission. But like we say about young people, we don't always have to be perfect. We have to be present and progressive and show up for each other and celebrate our wins so that we can take on our challenges even more. The story here is you. You matter. Your work to create more access matters. And when you get more kids and volunteers in the game, we change the game. So now, I'm going to say to you what my brother said to me. You're up. Come get in the game. Each of you have been dealt an Uno card. So you should see it on your table, somewhere by you. I want you to hold up these Uno cards. Hold them up in the air when you have yours. Everybody should have an Uno card. Got your Uno card? Let me see them up in the air. All right, all right. All right, all right, all right. All right, you put them down. Here's what this is. This card is a symbol of your Uno, the one person who granted you access, or someone you granted access for in life. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to team up with someone at your table. So start looking around, say, hey, it's you, it's you. Start team up with someone at your table for 2 minutes. I'm only giving you 2 minutes here. And I want you to take a minute each, and I want you to share how someone got you in the game. It can be whatever story you want to share that you feel comfortable with, or how you got someone in the game. And if you are virtual, please share your story with all of us in the chat box. All right, y'all ready? I'm gonna give you a little music from my childhood. Let's go.
The landlord say your rent is late. He may have to litigate. Don't worry. Be happy.
All right, folks. All right, family. I know you guys are enjoying the conversation. Let's bring it back in. Everyone that hears my voice, clap 2 times. If you hear my voice, clap 3 times. If you hear my voice, clap 4 times. And y'all are coordinated too. Wow, y'all are pretty good. All right, so I hope you had a chance to connect with some folks, share, listen, get some incredible stories and inspiration. Now, I have to tell you, these Uno cards, they also have another purpose here at conference. I want you to use them throughout the week you're here to meet and get to know each other. Essentially, you're going to play a different type of Uno. And if you are virtual, take an Uno card you might have at home or print one out from online and take a pic with your family, your friends, or even your fur babies. And all of us in the room, I'm going to ask you to meet people and make matches with your card. So then you're going to take pictures and you're going to send them to this email address on screen so we can display them throughout conference. You can meet new friends and old ones, but here's some tips. Make a match with people who have the same color card as you, the same number as you, whose number may be before or after yours. Or you can just get crazy and include a couple wild cards. We got any wild cards in the room? I will tell y'all, watch out for them folks. We were very strategic about who got wild cards. I'll just tell you that. I'm joking with y'all. You can actually get custom and create zip codes, area codes, math equations, 3 plus 7, all that math equations, or any place where your creativity takes you. So essentially, there are no rules. You can create the rules you want to create. What's most important, though, is that you use the card to create access for someone here and help them get in the game. Everybody got it? All right. Now, we're going to turn the page to another chapter in our childhood. Many of us in this room would wake up in the morning and we would, or maybe in the afternoon or at some point, but we would watch this familiar face.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor?
He would walk in the door, change into a sweater, sing a song that was symbolic to so many of our childhoods. Anyone recall his name? There you go, Mr. Rogers. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. See, there is something about the neighborhood in which you grew up. Many of you still remember the name of your childhood street, Java Drive. The neighbors who looked out for the kids, Miss Jackson. All the friends you pinky swear. Corey, Casey, Janelle. How about that old house at the end of the block that everyone thought was haunted? Let's see, 123rd Elm Street, Mr. Krueger. Come on, y'all. Did y'all get that? Freddy Krueger. Oh, man, come on, it's going over your head. All right. But being a neighbor meant more than a location, a zip code. It meant both giving and receiving from the community in which you belong. And the beauty of Mr. Rogers was that he not only understood the neighborhood, he understood the power of we within it. And his words are as relevant today as they've ever been. Take a look.
But you know, the toughest thing is to love somebody who has done something mean to you, especially when that somebody has been yourself. Have you ever done anything mean to yourself? Well, it's very important to look inside yourself and find that loving part of you. That's the part that you must take good care of and never be mean to, because that's the part of you that allows you to love your neighbor. And your neighbor is anyone you happen to be with at any time of your life. Respecting and loving your neighbor can give everybody a good feeling.
That particular clip, I know many of you have probably seen it, has been viewed tens of millions of times online. It's so beautifully said. And it strikes at the heart of our mission. See, to fully give to your neighbor, for the kids, the volunteers, the supporters you serve, to truly feel like they belong in this village, we must first feel that we belong. What we give to others, how we make others feel, begins with the way we make ourselves feel. I know many of us feel to the weight of today's climate, the everyday challenges, what's happening in our lives, in our work, the social media overload, yes, the tone of our politics, the trauma, big T and little t, that we experience, and the tension many of us may even feel going on in our own roles. And it can feel lonely, like you are in a constant state of timeout while everybody else is on the playground. And sometimes we feel stagnant, and we just want someone, I mean anyone, to give us a get out of jail free card on our own Monopoly board. But despite the bad days, the challenges, the strain, Mr. Rogers' message still rings true. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood because there is beauty inside of you. And when you embrace it, when you share it, when you take care of it, you invite your neighbors, little and big, to come out and play. This is what it means for everyone, no matter your background, your experiences, your circumstances, to belong in this neighborhood. But I want to do more than just tell you. So I've invited a few friends to show the beauty in the matches we all create.
Our relationship really revolves around one thing: food. Food's become important to us because we both share a love of the same types of food, and it gives us an opportunity to sort of break bread and have a deep conversation and spend some time together.
Coogie's an outdoorsy guy, and I am too. But the reality is I would rather be out here on a kayak or out jet skiing or on the tube on the back of the boat or swimming.
It took me a while for me to tell Glenn I love you too, but it grew over time, so that's my best friend. Cause there's nothing in this world I can't go to Glenn about.
I'm just really happy that you came into my life. I was lost. I was just 12 years old and I was lost. And then you came in and I was like, wow, she just took me out of that hole and carried me out and then taught me how beautiful the world is.
I know how good of a guy he was. And now I get that feeling that he's a big part of the community, and he's a big part of my life. What it means for me to have a big brother is, to me, it's like family.
My name is Tyler.
Priya.
You know how some people what you want to find the best relationship is being able to be around each other and not say anything at all, but it being the most comfortable thing you've ever done. I feel like that's us.
I would say same.
So beautiful. There is power in every match you make. And I know that power of the match is incredible, but it goes beyond bigs and littles. It's in every connection you make across this network. Show of hands, has anyone in this mission been a support, a friend, or a neighbor for you when you needed them most? Thank you. And I know that you've been there for them as well. See, no matter what the size of our agencies, whether it's different sizes, different budgets, different backgrounds, or at times, even different opinions, we are the same mission, values, and belief. And neighborhoods thrive when you show up for someone else. And you've shown up as mentors and friends in each other's lives. You've cried and celebrated together. You've picked up the phone to check in. Many of you made the trip to show up when you didn't have to. You've shown up to NLC, to national conferences, to regional conferences. Go get them, Lillian. Capitol Hill days. You've saved in well-being summits. You have shown up to more than 100 hubs and grubs, learning circles, office hours, mentor agencies, local palace, leadership institute. Y'all have shown up for a lot. And we are a stronger network because of it. But just like when we were kids, the most beautiful day in the neighborhood starts when you are ready to come out and play. And one of the strongest commitments that we're going to continue as a mission over the next several years is investing in you to come out and play and serve your neighborhoods. It means putting the ball in your hands for your agency and people to both thrive and sustain the important work you do now and for the long term. So technically, we call it agency sustainability, but we're working on that because it's kind of a boring name, y'all, to be honest. But I have another way of explaining our commitment through the lens of childhood. See, on our field, on our playground, on our street, the games we play are about changing lives. And we're going to focus on 3 areas that will be the game changers that we need to empower and support the work that we do across this mission. And we're going to start with Red Rover, send the most amazing leaders right over. Because our focus and resources will be prioritizing leaders across every level of the agency through training, coaching, and empowerment on the job and in life. We're also going to say, tag, you're it. As we prioritize tagging and identifying and building great boards to the forefront of our mission and ensure our boards are well equipped, well informed, and well activated to be the leaders and partners that our agencies need. And folks, we're going to succeed at hide and go seek as we navigate the fundraising landscape to find the right donors for our mission. So that's committed agencies, no matter your budget, your size, are well prepared to take on the compelling ask. But even more, improving your capacity to acquire and steward relationships into long-term donors. See, the vision for a beautiful day in the neighborhood is not only that you can come out and play, but you can stay out and play even long after the lights go off. That's making your agency, your people, well equipped for the long term. We all have a role to play. So across the rest of 2025 and going into 2026, be on the lookout for a series of neighborhood announcements to grow and sustain your leaders, your boards, and your fundraising. And let these cool folks, your agency service directors, aren't they cool, y'all? Look at them. Let these cool folks know if you got best practices, learning, skills that you want to put to use to help our neighborhood thrive. Because remember, the way that we thrive is neighbor to neighbor, people to people. Oh, and one last thing for this week. I want us all to honor Mr. Rogers' advice by walking up to someone this week, anyone, and singing A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. It doesn't matter how you sing it. You can even rap it. You can do it in spoken word poetry. But I promise you, you will brighten their day and yours. All right, folks, now to our final stretch of childhood. This one is about the destination. It's about our beliefs and our values of every kid having opportunity to thrive. Some of the most beautiful moments of childhood are the rituals we celebrate. Look at these cute kids. Think back to your first day of school. Y'all look at them. Y'all see them rocking those brand new school clothes? They probably had their first lunchbox. There you are. They got fresh cuts, hairstyles. Y'all remember this? Look at these smiles. They're so full of enthusiasm. Y'all were back then memorizing your locker combination. Look at this cute kid here. Jason, go ahead, man. You probably thought about your homeroom teacher, made a new friend, or Tina Rose. Think back to the milestones that mattered. Y'all, I'm trying to get to this part of the speech, but I'm telling you, I'm looking at these kids. This is so cute. Got you, brother. Got you. Think about this. When you can walk to school by yourself, stay at home alone, do an overnight with friends, get paid to babysit or get told to babysit. And of course, I could not be up here and show kid pics if we don't remember prom. Or should I say, maybe like to forget prom. Oh yeah, we got receipts. We got receipts, y'all. Beautiful pictures of prom, all the experiences and everything in between. Pat, is Pat in the room? Did Pat leave the room? Oh, was Pat in the room? Dude, boy, you still dressing sharp, brother. all these experiences and everything in between. Bro, there's happiness, there's awkwardness, a lot of awkwardness, challenge. But more than anything, more than everything, it brought us hope. And one of the most memorable, monumental moments of hope in our childhood is this one. Graduation. There is something special about graduation. This ritual of achieving an accomplishment signifying completion, expertise, status. And y'all, it is more than academic. It is what we, as humans, have experienced through rites of passage over the history of our existence. And here's the thing, we don't graduate alone. We graduate with our families, with our friends, with our mentors, who all graduate with us as a village. And that's why our big vision is to empower every kid to graduate with a plan for their future and a mentor whose impact lasts a lifetime. And you guys know this as well as I know it. There are 10 million kids who need mentors in their lives now more than ever, who need the power of we to not just graduate school, to graduate life. So, as we close, let's shout out a few senior superlatives to agencies and leaders who are empowering kids to their destination. I hope y'all ready for this. Are y'all ready? I said, are y'all ready? All right, here we go. Big ups to agencies most likely to turn a big moment into a big future. Let's show some California love for our friends who are doing it up in the Bay. And then let's go down the way to Orange County and Inland Empire, where both have expanded, preparing more littles and 18 to 25-year-olds to get skills for the workforce. And you know what? We're gonna follow that line and put some sunshine on our agencies in Northeast Florida, Northwest Florida, and Miami for helping bigs and littles spend time and shine through workplace mentoring. Let's hear it for Kentuckiana and all the way across the state to Indiana for modeling some of the best school-based mentoring programs to help kids get ready. Big ups to our peeps across the movement in Berks County, Adirondacks, Northwest Arkansas, East Tennessee, who are most likely to take a group selfie everywhere they go. And no, it's not because they think they're cute, y'all, right? Well, maybe they do. But even more, because they are showing us a picture when group mentoring is done right, it meets kids and volunteers where they are. And let's hear it, just for a few names, on our BBBS STEP team for being most likely to step out of their comfort zone and step up for kids. Let's give it up for Gina, Callie, Kwame, Pierce, Amy, Kelly, Alonda, Lizette, Melissa. See, they represent the many agencies and leaders across our network who stepped out of their roles or their service areas to support other agencies who needed them most. And how about these dynamic duos, most likely to do a buddy cop movie together? Let's talk about those bad boys, bad boys. There they are. Marcus and Gail, thank you, brothers, for setting a blueprint for how we create access to all kids, especially those who need us most across our movement. You've been there and you've set a legacy. Shout out to MJ Berzon and Laura Finn for being a lethal weapon to organize the network around volunteer recruitment every month. And big ups for Alicia Cook and Sean Neville for putting boots on the ground, for showing how we do a ride-along as a CEO and board member to drive fundraising. And let's hear it for Amy and Susan, who as NLC co-chairs can maximize any agenda over 48 hours to make big plans and solve big challenges. By the way, did anyone just catch how I weaved all those buddy cop movies together? And let's give it up for the agencies who will do whatever it takes to be the best for the bigs and littles they serve. It's being voted best hair. I'm sure y'all saw this on social media. Our friend Danica in Ventura County, whose team launched the Shave the Weightless campaign and made good on her promise to chop off her hair if they were able to impact the weightless. And they did. One of the coolest recruitment campaigns that I've seen. It is being voted best dressed, like the cool kids in Twin Cities. Twin Cities, y'all stand up so they can see your tracksuits. Yes, they wear tracksuits, y'all, but it is fitting because they run far and wide to reach the most marginalized populations in their communities, and they believe in passing the baton to young people to be able to achieve and win more. And it's being voted best dance, like our very own National Board Chair, Mike Carroll. Who doesn't mind shaking a leg for a good cause? And like Mike, thousands of our board members across this network will not only shake a leg, but they'll shake a hand and give their hearts to help agencies thrive in our work. And folks, it's being voted best class, like a group of national leaders who are some of the most talented, inspiring, and caring people I know, and who inspire this mission to be in a class of its own. This power of connection, the power of we, the faces that make up our mission. This is the beauty of what we do. This is the power of what we do. It's being a catalyst for human connection. It's creating access for kids to get in the game. It's inspiring belonging, so it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And every day it empowers young people to achieve their own superlatives. To be voted most popular. Because the innovation you bring makes more people want to join our mission and be in our corner. They'll be voted best school spirit because the joy you bring cheers them on to feel happy, healthy, and loved. They'll be voted most resilient because of how they see you handle adversity, trauma, tragedy, and how it builds their resolve to face whatever life may bring. And finally, they'll be voted most likely to succeed because every step you take beside them is a step they become stronger, a step towards their goal, a step towards graduating life. See, we stand stronger together. We rise up together. For the young people we serve, Kayla, Stephen, Sean, Maria. For the young people on our waiting list, John, Monique, Shannon, Antonio. For the many names who need mentors in their life today. Here's what I know. The path they walk, you will be there. And we'll be there.
And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. That we have each other, and we will rise, we will rise, we will rise up.
So y'all, listen, stay standing. These are our folks. This is the village we need. This is the village that kids need. See, for every stage in life that a young person stands on, they need an audience of mentors who will stand up and rise up in this moment and every moment to come. Thank you all for taking this journey through childhood. And thank you for staying on the front lines of childhood every day. Have a great conference. And remember, we are always bigger together.